John Beltran back with Dave Urig at B. Digger Stadium. The B. Diggers will receive the opening kickoff. The B. Diggers coached by Randy Dreitz in his 14th year, assisted by Lance Schwint, Dick Creighton, Matt Menier, David Cummings, and Court Marquez. Faith Christian's head coach is Blair Hubbard, assisted by Ralph Nance, Steve Twaddell, Matt Woodfield, Micah Connor, Jeff Friedman, Justin Friedman, Bill Haddon, Mike Black, and Richard Rush. The B. Diggers in their home maroons with the white numerals, and Faith Christian in the road whites with the gold pants and the maroon numerals. The opening kickoff is brought to you by State Farm Insurance. Let the State Farm Insurance office of Greg Mullen and Brush help you find the best policy to fit your life, home, auto, life, and health. State Farm Insurance is there for you and your family. Give Greg Mullen a call, 842-4555. Dave, another perfect Saturday afternoon. The weather could not be much better.
Yeah, perfect fall weather. The grass is green out there. We got a good crowd over here. There's a small crowd over there on the other side for Faith, and you look over at the flag, and it's basically draping down. Not too much wind.
You can follow us on Twitter at KSIR Sports and receive scoring updates as they happen by turning on mobile notifications. The deep man's going to be Randy Baker. And to kick it off for Faith Christian, Stephen Knorr, a senior. Baker leads the B. Diggers with 19 touchdowns, 18 on the ground, and 1 receiving score. The winner of this game will take on the winner of the other semifinal going on in Manitou Springs between the 2nd seed Manitou Springs and the 3rd seed Platte Valley. We should mention, Dave, that the higher seed so far in the 2A playoffs is 12-0. That would bode well for Brush and Manitou Springs, but you've got to win these games on the field, obviously not on paper. Nor to kick it off for Faith Christian. And his 2A state semifinal from B. Digger Stadium in Brush is underway. Nor with a right foot. High, deep kick. And Randy Baker's going to field it 5 yards deep in the end zone. B. Digger starting lineup is brought to you by Blodorn Lumber at blodornlumber.com. You can browse the virtual showroom, view the current sales, complete a credit application, and shop the entire inventory online. Blodorn Lumber at Fort Morgan, 130 State Street. Kyle Rosenbach, the starting quarterback. Mikey Gutierrez and Randy Baker in the backfield. Jake Brown and Alec Peterson in there as well. Kalen Brandt, the tight end, of course, across that offensive line, a big, strong one. Oscar Soto, Joe Carwin, Maverick Seawald, Jose Rodriguez, and more. 1st and 10 for the 20. In motion to the left is Gutierrez. Rosenbach hands it off the right side to Alec Peterson to the 25-yard line. A gain of 5 for the B. Digger Jr. Tackled over there by Gunnar Caldwell, the 6'1", 166-pound senior defensive back at 2nd and 5.
Faith Christian lined up in a 6'2", 6-down lineman and 2 linebackers. Those nose guards, they're lined up at an angle. They're not even facing the B. Diggers. They're both facing towards the ball, and they kind of angle in. It looks like they're trying to stuff that A gap and shut down the trap.
2nd down and 5 to go for the B. Diggers from their own 25-yard line. In motion to the right is Peterson. Rosenbrock this time on the handoff right up the middle and squeezing his way for 4 yards is Baker. He was hit initially at the line of scrimmage, but then was able to gain 4 yards to the 29. Tackle made by Brandon Thompson, 6'3", 200-pound senior. 3rd and 1 after the pickup of 4.
So that's exactly what those nose guards did again on that play. They're lined up, they're facing the center, but they're in the gap there between the guard and the tackling. And as soon as the ball snapped, they just go straight ahead, just trying to knock our guards off their pace and keep them from pulling.
3rd down and 1 to go for the B. Diggers at their own 29-yard line. Rosenbach turns, hands it off Peterson. 1st down, hit at the 30, and he's driven back. But it looks to me that he did get to the 30. In fact, he got to the 31, a gain of 2. And, boy, that's a big guy in there for Faith Christian making the initial hit. And Grant Black, 6'2", 272, but not early enough as Peterson picks up the 1st down for Brush.
Yeah, Brush just ran it straight ahead. And, there's a lot of room there in between our guards to run to because their linebackers are about 5 yards off the line of scrimmage. Takes a while for those nose guards to get down there and close that A gap.
Jake Brown is the receiver to the right. 1st and 10 for the B. Diggers at their own 31-yard line. Bay Diggers 10-0 on the season. Faith Christian at 9-2 going into this 2A state semifinal. There's the give right up the middle. Michael Gutierrez breaks the tackle to 35, and he runs his way to the 40-yard line. Gaining 9 yards on the play. Second down, and we'll call it 8, in fact. A gain of 8, second down and 2. The ball just shy of the 40-yard line.
That was the perfect call for that defense, too, because did you see Faith Christian change their defense from a 6-man front back to a 5? They eagled their defensive tackles down over our guards, and Coach Strites called the play right over our tackles. So they didn't have anybody there to make the play.
Backs remain split. Second down and 2 to go for the Bee Diggers at their own 39-yard line on the opening drive of the game. Rosenbrock rolls to his right, looking to throw. Pressure coming, throws underneath. The pass is caught. First down to the 45 and towards the 50-yard line. That's Jake Brown. Brown with a gain of 11. As the tackle was made along the far sideline by Elisha Durrett, a freshman. And the ball is at midfield after the pickup of 11.
Diggers really keeping this Faith Christian defense on their heels. That time they just played it straight up. You know, we had a tight end on the left side, and then we were in our 400 formation over on the right side, and so they had their tackle out here over the top of our tackle. This time they're back to that 6 front again.
9:23 to go in the opening quarter. The Bee Diggers with the initial possession, 1st and 10 for the 50. There's the pitch left, bobbled by Gutierrez, picks it up, now the ball's lost, it's loose, and Faith Christian's got it at the Bee Digger 49. It looked like he had it off the bounce, and Faith Christian has got the football at the 49-yard line. And the fumble recovered by Tex Ritter, a 6'4", 223-pound senior. And that's the way that the Bee Diggers, or any team for that matter at this level, will get in trouble just shooting themselves in the foot. And Faith Christian now officially at the Bee Digger 48-yard line.
Yeah, this isn't a game we can do that. Faith isn't the type of team that makes a lot of mistakes like that, but neither are we. You know, how many fumbles have we had all year?
Well, in the postseason, the Bee Diggers have been flawless until that point. 1st and 10, the official spot just shy of the Bee Digger 48-yard line. The quarterback is Adam Bookman. There's the direct snap. Bookman takes the football, and then he's nailed right at the line of scrimmage. Kyle Rosenbrock with a tough hit. Might give him half a yard. We'll call it second down and 9 with the ball on the other side of the 48.
So Faith's offense, they like to line up and get their formation going. They look over to the sideline, and their coaches signal the play. The players look at their wristband, and that's what determines what they all run.
Second down and 9 for the Bee Digger 48. Direct snap to Daniel Language, looking for a block around the left side, and he's across the 45. Then he's held up at the 43-yard line. A gain of 5 yards in the play. And in on the play was Rosenbrock along with Nico Guzman. It'll be 3rd down and 4 to go for Faith Christian. 8.5 to go in the opening quarter. The Bee Diggers just fumbled the ball away. Faith Christian on their opening drive have a 3rd down and a short 5 yards to go. Just shy of the Bee Digger 43. One receiver out to the right. Who's going to get the direct snaps? It will go to Bookman. Runs it right up the middle across the 40. First down along the left sideline. Tackle from behind by Eddie Arribas. But inside the 30 towards the 25, might have gotten the 24-yard line. And let's see what the official spot looks like. It's going to be the 24, gain of 19. Make it a first down 20 yards there for Bookman.
Yeah, they have that double wing. That time they put both of those wings over on the right side, and they made us think that they were going to run right. And all Bookman did was take a jab step right and then run it back left for huge yards.
1st and 10. Direct snap right up the middle inside the 20-yard line, diving to the 16. That's Adam Bookman again, only a sophomore. And Nico Guzman made the play, but that's a sizable gain. We'll call it close to 7 yards. 2nd down and 3. 5th play of the drive coming up for Faith Christian in that no-huddle offense. With 7:33 to go in the opening quarter, no score in this 2A state semifinal from Bee Digger Stadium.
They look at their wristbands, boy, they line up and they're ready to go. So they get after it quick.
2nd down and 3. Direct snap, Language up the middle. First down to the 10. He's hit from behind at the 5-yard line by Eddie Arribas. But it's a gain of 11. 1st and goal for Faith Christian.
You know, he jumped over one of his own players. So they kind of clogged it up there in the middle. It looked like our defensive line did a decent job of slowing down those big offensive linemen of Faith's. But that didn't stop Language. He just jumped over the top and kept running.
1st and goal from the 5-yard line for Faith Christian. Again, no huddle for this team. They want to keep the Bee Diggers on their toes as much as possible. Direct snap, Boogman runs off right tackle. He's got a couple of yards, maybe. Soto, that's Oscar Soto, got him at the 3, a gain of 2. 2nd and goal from the 3.
Yeah, our defense, we're back into a 5-man front. We started with a 4-3. We got 5 down linemen there to try to slow down this running game because they're just attacking us right in between the tackles.
2nd and goal for the 3 for Faith Christian on their opening drive, trying to take advantage of a B-Digger fumble near midfield. Direct snap to Languish, running left side, going for the corner. He's going to get into the end zone. It's a Faith Christian touchdown from 3 yards away with 6:24 to go in the opening quarter. And Faith Christian has got a 6-0 lead.
It was just an all run, student body left on that play. Boy, they pull a lot of people, and they had that direct snap to Languish, and, he's following the blocking of Bookman. I'll tell you what, it's just a powerful offense with a lot of blockers.
Oh, we mentioned the B-Diggers are normally a better second-half team defensively. The extra point to be attempted. Snap is perfect, and the kick by Knorr is up and good. 6:24 to go in the opening quarter. It's Faith Christian 7, Brush nothing. These are the 2A state playoffs on 1010 KSIR, KSIR.com, and the NFHS Network. Faith Christian gets on the board first. A 2-minute and 53-second drive. Daniel Languish scores from 3 yards out. Stephen Knorr to kick it off for the Eagles. Another booming kick. This one's going to find the end zone again. The B-Diggers will not have a return. In fact, that went over the back of the end zone. And, Dave, I don't think there's any doubt, just based on those 2 kickoffs that we've seen from Faith Christian, they're going to have the advantage in the kicking game there.
Well, they've definitely got the kicker to prove it because that ball was high. It wasn't just a low-line drive like we see a lot of times. That thing was high and deep. Baker didn't even try to make a play on it because it was obvious to him at the goal line it was going out of bounds.
7 plays, 48 yards on that drive, with, again, Languish scoring from 3 yards away. The B-Diggers have it at their own 20-yard line with 6:24 to go in the opening quarter, trailing 7-0. The backs are split. Rosenbrock hands it off up the middle of Baker. Breaks a tackle at the line of scrimmage across the 25 to the 28-yard line. B-Diggers running extremely hard right up the gut as the initial hit was made by Gunnar Caldwell. 2nd down and 2 after the pickup of 8.
Spreading the ball out a little bit. All 3 of our running backs have 2 carries apiece, but the one thing for sure, Coach Dreiss is attacking the middle because they have that 6 defensive lineman front, and there's nobody over our center.
Nico Guzman checks in for Jake Brown. Now you got to just hold on to the football and respond to that Faith Christian touchdown. 2nd down and 2 from the 28-yard line. In motion to the right is Peterson. Rosenbrock, play action, looking to throw, sets up, deep in the pocket, throws, and the pass is incomplete out to his right, intended for Nico Guzman at the 35-yard line. 3rd down and 2 yards to go. The B-Diggers, obviously, Dave, are trying to open up this offense.
Yep. I don't think that was a bad call going ahead and trying to throw it on that down. That time Faith had a 5-man front. They were in a 5-3, and they covered our center. So it was a good call by Coach Dreitz. Their pass rush wasn't that great. There are a couple guys over on the left side got in the backfield, but Rosenbrock had all the time in the world.
3rd down and 2 for Brush at their own 28-yard line. 3 in the backfield, Peterson, Baker, and Gutierrez. On 3rd down, Rosenbrock, quarterback sneak. 1st down for Rosenbrock across the 30, still on his feet. He's not going down. And now the whistle blows at the 32. They're saying his forward momentum was stopped. But it's 1st down, number 3 for the B-Diggers in this game so far as they're at the 32-yard line. And a strong quarterback sneak by Rosenbrock. Stop, shop, and save on all your grocery needs and snacks for game time enjoyment. The Brush Grocery Cart. You can also pay your public service bill and access Western Union. Brush Grocery Cart, 1302 West Edison Street in Brush. 1st and 10 for the B-Diggers at their own 32-yard line. 5:15 to go in the opening quarter. Handoff on the counter to Gutierrez. Stutter stepping across the 35 to the 37. B-Diggers really haven't had a bad play on the ground yet in terms of small yardage. Tackle made by Josh Mihalson, the 6', 229-pound senior. It's a gain of 5, 2nd and 5 for Brush.
Yeah, we got 32 yards actually 36 yards on about 8 carries, so not too shabby.
2nd and 5 from the 37. Guzman, the receiver, to the right. Out to the left is Jake Brown. Rosenbrock with a long count now. Resetting his backfield. Takes the snap, hands it off up the middle, and short of a first down on a run by Mikey Gutierrez to the 41. It's a gain of 4. Brandon Thompson makes the tackle, 3rd and 1 for Brush.
I just stared at our offensive line that time, didn't really pay attention to who we handed the ball to or what the play was. And our offensive line's getting off the ball pretty well, and they're not giving up yards there. It's a battle in the trenches, but on that play, we won it.
3rd and 1 from the 41. Inside of 4 minutes to go in the opening quarter. Handoff right up the gut and very, very close to a first down. That was Gutierrez again. He was swallowed up by a few of those Eagles, and it looks like the spot is going to give them the first down. They might measure, but yeah, it's a first down. After the pickup of 1 by Mikey Gutierrez. 7th play of the drive coming up, and Dave, considering the Beatdiggers have run the football so well, you really don't need to throw the ball much. You're just trying to keep that defense honest with an occasional pass.
Yeah, we got to just stick with what we've done all year. We're a running team, and the run's working, so we definitely don't want to change the game plan of what brought us here.
1st and 10 with a football at the 43-yard line of Brush. Under 3.5 minutes to go in the opening quarter. There's the give to Baker, stutter stepping, cutting it back towards the middle, across the 45 to the 50. Maybe just shy of the 50 as the initial hit for Faith Christian was made by Gunnar Caldwell. We'll call it 6 yards, 2nd down and 4 to go for the Beatdiggers.
Yeah, that was just a nice run, sort of that off-tackle play we call with our fullback. Sometimes Baker likes to bounce that thing clear to the outside, but since their defensive end got upfield so far, he cut it back up off tackle.
It's been nearly 2 months since Faith Christian has seen an offense of this caliber, as they were taking on some lower-level teams. Now they realize what the Beatdiggers can do. 2nd down and 4 to go. The ball's just shy of the 50-yard line. Rosenbrock on the counter to Gutierrez, looking for a seam. He's got very little, but he dives across the 50 to the 49. He had nothing and made something out of nothing with a gain of 2. All of a sudden, it sets up a 3rd and a short 2.
Jacob Nichols sure did a good job from his tackle position over there on the right side. Just did a great job of getting some good position and keeping his defender away from him.
Faith Christian 7, Brush nothing with 2:15 to go in the opening quarter. Very fast-moving quarter in this 2A state semifinal. 3rd and a short 2 from the 49 of Faith Christian. Handoff left side. Baker stutter stepping again, but he's got a first down this time to the 46-yard line. And a gain of 3. The Faith Christian tackler was Connor McCain, a 6'1", 223-pound senior.
This is just exactly the kind of game it's going to be, too. The clock just keeps running and the ball staying in between the hash marks.
Yeah, we're going to be under 2 minutes to go when they rewind the clock. As the Beatdiggers are coming up on the 10th play of the drive. 1st down and 10 from the 46-yard line of Faith Christian. In motion to the right is Nico Guzman. Rosenbrock hands it off up the middle. Big hole to the 40-yard line for Mikey Gutierrez, still on his feet, and he drives inside the 40 to the 35. Gutierrez just shot out of there. A gain of 11. And the Beatdiggers now have 4 first downs on this possession.
32 yards on 7 carries for Mikey, and he sure is redeeming himself.
Yeah, he could not handle the pitch on the opening drive. The ball was loose on the ground, and Faith Christian recovered. The Beatdiggers have chewed up 5 minutes on this drive, but still need 35 yards to get into the end zone. 1st and 10 with the Faith Christian 35-yard line. Beatdiggers have run it on every single play on this drive. And will again, Rosenbrock on the bootleg left to the 30-yard line, up the sideline to the 25, breaks a tackle to 15 to 10, 5, touchdown! Rosenbrock scores from 35 yards away. And the Beatdiggers are on the board. Faith Christian 7, Brush 6.
Oscar Soto pulled from his guard position, and he got out there and put a block on Gunnar Caldwell out here on about the 30-yard line, right where that 30's painted, and about put the kid on his back, and that's what sprung Rosenbrock wide open.
Well, now the Beet Diggers have got to make sure that they nail extra points. We know extra points have been an issue at times for the Beet Diggers. Javier Munoz to attempt the extra point off the hold of Ryan Hirschfeld. The snap is there. The kick is up. And that kick is good. 1:13 to go in the opening quarter. With a score, Brush 7, Faith Christian 7. These are the 2A state playoffs on 1010 KSIR, KSIR.com, and the NFHS network. 11 plays, 80 yards, in 5 minutes and 11 seconds. Kyle Rosenbrock scores from 35 yards out. Here's the ensuing kickoff on a couple of bounces, fielded at the 14-yard line to the 20, breaking a tackle at the 25, spinning across the 30 to about the 33-yard line was Elijah Durrett. Alec Peterson made the play, but Beet Diggers could have made a little bit earlier play there on special teams. Nonetheless, Faith Christian's got the football to begin their second drive at the 33-yard line.
Beware, I'll tell you, Faith Christian has had good luck in special teams against us. Remember in the championship game, it was a game of PATs, and we had the ball on the 1 that time, and we ended up not scoring. And the next year we played them, it was the exact same score, another extra point deficit that we had. And they've also had a few good runbacks on us.
1st and 10 for Faith Christian at their own 33-yard line as they march their way onto the field. They did not huddle on that opening possession when they traveled 48 yards off a Beet Digger turnover and scored the game's first touchdown on a 3-yard run by Daniel Languish. The direct snap goes to Languish, running off left tackle, cutting it back towards the middle. Kyle Rosenbrock holds him up at the 36-yard line, a gain of 3. 2nd down and 7 to go. Jose Rodriguez also in on the hit.
So that takes him to 22 yards on 4 carries. Bookman's got 30 yards on 4 carries.
We're down to 41 seconds to go in the opening quarter. 2nd down and 7 for Faith at their own 36-yard line. Now they reset along that offensive line. Direct snap to Languish. Looking to swing it to the outside across the 35. Breaks a tackle. He's got a first down. Down at the 44, maybe the 45-yard line. Again, the Beet Diggers were there. Couldn't make the play. It's a gain of 9. And a first down for the Eagles.
That was a pretty fancy play. They just about moved everybody over to the other side. And what they did is they got our defensive linemen down where they wanted us, and then they moved everybody over there to give themselves an advantage with some extra blockers.
Eddie Arribas made the tackle. 1st and 10 from the 45. Faith Christian on their own side of the field. Direct snap, I think that goes to Bookman. It does, and he breaks an ankle tackle to 50, and he's down at the 46. Gain of 9, Mikey Gutierrez made the play. That's the end of the opening quarter with a score. Brush 7, Faith Christian 7. These are the 2A playoffs on 1010 KSIR, KSIR.com, and the NFHS network. John Beltran, Dave Urick back at Beet Digger Stadium in this 2A state semifinal. Brush 7, Faith Christian 7. As we begin the second quarter, Faith Christian has it 2nd and 1 at the Beet Digger 46. Direct snap, Languish, first down across the 45, and then he's upended at the 40-yard line, a gain of 6. As Rosenbrock and Gutierrez made the play for Brush, but this Faith Christian offense is moving very efficiently.
Well, they kind of have us right now because when they line up in that power, they have a guard, a tackle, they have 2 slots over on that side and a tight end. So they have like 5 blockers over there, and then they keep running over to the weak side. So we're not able to adjust to the strength. And here again, we have our 4 down linemen adjusted to the strength.
Direct snap, Bookman. He lost the ball. It's loose. And the Beet Diggers jump on it. Maverick Seawald has it at the 45-yard line. So Faith Christian has turned it over for the first time in the game. And Brush has 55 yards to go to take the lead for the first time.
Yeah, that's almost the exact same spot where Mikey Gutierrez fumbled the ball. So an unlucky area on the field, not a place where you want to have a handoff. We'll take it.
Seawald was the only Beet Digger there. He doesn't recover the fumble, then Faith Christian jumps right on that football. 1st and 10 for the Beet Diggers at their own 45-yard line. They did not pass on their previous drive. Baker and Gutierrez in the backfield. Rosenbrock barks out the signals. He will hand it off right up the gut. And breaking a tackle across the 45 to the 40. That is Randy Baker with a big gainer. Held up at the 39, but it's a gain of 16 for Baker and the Bead Diggers and a first down.
So Brush just continuing to attack in between the guards and running right there behind the block in Soto and Carwin and Rodriguez.
This is just power football, Dave.
Well, you know, when they're going to line up in that six-man front, and that's the spot that's open on the field, that's where you have to attack. And they got such big kids out there at the tackle, you sure can't go after those guys because they're, you know, big bodies to have to move.
First and 10 at the Faith Christian 39-yard line. Rosenbrock will hand it off right side to Baker. Cuts it back to the inside, spins across the 35 to the 33, and is brought down by about 6 Eagles. But it's a gain of 6, second down and 4. It's really hard to find a negative play on the ground for the Bead Diggers in this game.
You know, we're looking at Baker's carries today, 4, 8, 6, 3, 16, 6. You know, really effective, 43 yards on 6 carries.
Good old-fashioned, hard-nosed, smash-mouth football. Second down and 4 to go for Brush at the 33-yard line. 10:40 to go. Second quarter, Brush 7, Faith Christian 7. Jake Brown is the receiver to the right. Again, Rosenbrock taking his time. Will turn, hand it off right up the gut towards the 30 is Baker. Short of a first down, he just ran into a pile of Eagles. The initial hit was made by Josh Mahalson. Third down and 1 to go. They're stopping the clock. And officials timeout. I don't think they're going to measure. It's clearly short as Mahalson made the tackle.
I think it was an equipment timeout for Faith. He had to run number 50, Connor McCain, off the field.
Third down and 1 from the 30 for the Bead Diggers. Yeah, that 3-yard gain is one of their shortest, maybe their shortest of the entire first half. Rosenbrock hands it off left side. Baker swings it to the outside. First down to the 25. Has the sideline to the 20. Baker spins inside the 15. There is a flag down. And it could be against the Bead Diggers, and it might be coming back as he got to about the 10. That might nullify a 20-yard gain. It will be a hold against Brush.
Yeah, it was thrown right there at the hash mark where the ball was placed, and by the time the flag was thrown, the ball was clear around the edge. Faith Christian was expecting a quarterback keeper up the middle, and that's where they were attacking. That play was wide open over there as we strung it to the sideline, but going to be a little bit further to go for this first down.
And now it'll be third down and a long 9. That football just inside the Faith Christian 39-yard line. And Dave, knowing the Bead Diggers, this is going to be 4-down territory unless they take a big loss here. Brown, the receiver, to the right. Third and 9 with the ball just inside the Faith Christian 39. Rosenbrock, play action, looking to throw. He'll take off with the football to the 35, runs to his left, inside the 30, and he powers his way and backs his way to the 25-yard line. Kyle Rosenbrock with a gain of 13 and a Bead Digger first down. Looked like a quarterback draw.
That's exactly what it was. He made it look past, and the lineman just went ahead and took that step to the inside and released their defensive lineman to the outside and left it wide open up the middle. And then he also got a good block from the official over there. Rosenbrock did a good job of using him.
Rosenbrock's 35-yard touchdown run brought to you by MMI International. Before your next mixer or feeder truck purchase, compare the MMI design, craftsmanship, and service. 842-5161 MMI International. First down, handoff. Mikey Gutierrez hit after a yard. He was swallowed up big time there by Kevin Hawkins. Second down and 9 at the 24-yard line. That's easily the worst play on offense the Bead Diggers have had on the ground.
Yeah, other than that fumble, that's the one.
Obviously, yeah, with not withstanding the turnover. 8:45 to go, second quarter. Brush 7, Faith Christian 7. And the 2A state semifinals from Bead Digger Stadium. Now the sun has appeared. From the 24. Rosenbrock will send Guzman in motion to the right. There's a handoff to the deep man inside the 20-yard line, and bowling to the 19 is Randy Baker. Hawkins made the tackle once again, but that's a 5-yard gain for Baker. 3rd down and 4 to go for Brush at the Faith Christian 19.
So offensive line still doing a good job of pushing some of those big lugs backward. Remember, we're looking at guys that are 272 pounds, 230 pounds. They're over 6 foot. These are some big kids that we're handling.
Both teams have had the ball twice prior to now. Both have touchdowns. Both have committed turnovers. The Bee-Diggers now driving just inside the 19-yard line of Faith Christian, but facing a 3rd and 5 with one receiver split out to the left. Peterson is in motion to the right. Rosenbrock, and now we have a legal procedure. Looked like Rosenbrock was going to play action pass or take off with the football, but delay of game. And that must have been by a fraction of a second. Well, Brush just picked up a 3rd down and 13. Or check that, a 3rd and 9 with a 13-yard gain. Now it's a 3rd and 9 from the 23, and these mistakes can kill you, Dave.
Yep. You know, Rosenbrock went on 2 on that play. He was trying to get them to jump. So if he would have hiked the ball on 1, he probably would have made it in time.
From the 23-yard line. On 3rd down and 9. There's the pitch left to Gutierrez. Gets a block to the outside, to the 20. Follows a blocker to the 17. He's going to be short. He's going to be just short as he was spun down by Daniel Languish. Let's see if they gave him the 16 or just the 17. The official mark will be the 16-yard line. A gain of 7. 4th down and 2 to go for the Bee-Diggers. They'll go for it as we approach the 7-minute mark of the second quarter, and the Bee-Diggers and Eagles tied at 7 in this 2A state semifinal. 4th and 2 from the 16-yard line of Faith Christian. Rosenbrock hands it off. Baker left side and inside the 10-yard line as he found a seam. 1st and goal for Baker and the Bee-Diggers. Excellent block along the left side as Baker picks it up.
Yeah, they're over there running behind Kalen Brandt, Seawald. Those guys are doing a good job of clearing the way.
It's a gain of 9 as the football's at the 7-yard line. So 1st and goal for Brush. Critical blocking, allowing Baker to free himself.
And Baker did a good job running with some high legs. The kid missed right at the line of scrimmage. Had he took a hit there, it might have been close.
1st and goal from the 7. Handoff, Baker, right side, swings it to the outside, looking for the pylon. He's at the 5, and he's going to be down right there. Maybe got to the 4, just didn't have the speed to get out there. And, of course, there was way too much pursuit as well. Baker certainly could run, but a lot of pursuit, and Baker's getting up slowly as he drove to the 5-yard line, just inside the 5, a gain of 2, coming up on the 10th play of the drive. 2nd down and goal. If you're tired of the same old lunch and dinner menu, switch it up, pick up something new for the hot and cold deli selection at Stubbs Gas and Oil. Find great food at low prices. Stubbs Gas and Oil in Wiggins.
That's what happens. You get into the semifinals, and you don't run away from people like you do early, in the regular season. And, Faith matched our speed that time to the outside.
2nd down and goal for the 5. Rosenbrock hands it off up the middle. Gutierrez, and he drives, and I believe he's just short. At the 1, a gain of 4 with some power running as Connor McCain made the tackle. 3rd down and goal just outside the 1-yard line.
So those diggers at home know that was a 25 dive just over on the left side as we've been running out of a double tight formation all day.
A lightning fast opening half. With 5:15 to go, the Bee-Diggers are looking to take the lead for the first time in the game. 3rd and goal from the 1. Rosenbrock hands it off to Baker, left side, cuts it back, touchdown for Randy Baker, the touchdown maker. His 19th touchdown on the ground, his 20th of the year. And the Bee-Diggers lead 13-7.
Yep, Brush just doing a really good job of running over there to the left side behind a lot of muscle. And Baker was actually about ready to get hit at the line of scrimmage, but he turned his body sideways, ran into the end zone. Gunnar Caldwell was the guy that was trying to make the tackle, but when he turned his body sideways, Caldwell just missed him.
As always, the critical extra point to be attempted by Javier Munoz. Snap is perfect. Kick is up. And that kick is right in between the uprights. 5:03 to go, second quarter. Brush 14, Faith Christian 7. These are the 2A state playoffs on 1010 KSIR, KSIR.com, and the NFHS network. 11 plays, 55 yards in 6 minutes and 36 seconds. Randy Baker scores from a yard out, and that ball is pooched right into the ground by Omar Fierro. Across the 20 to the 25 is Elijah Durant. Then he's going to be taken down by Gutierrez. Yeah, Fierro almost like unsighted that thing. And he really didn't pooch it. It was more of a dribbler than it was a pooch, as the Bee Diggers now lead 14-7 off Randy Baker's 1-yard touchdown run with 4:57 to go before the break.
Yeah, his plant foot, his left foot was probably a full yard behind the ball when he kicked it, so he hit the top of the ball. And I'm not sure he meant to do that on purpose, but it was really effective. Conrad Cole did a really good job from his outside position on the kickoff team, flying down there to make the initial hit.
1st and 10 for Faith Christian at their own 25-yard line. If the Bee Digger defense can step up here and then score again before the break, that certainly would extend the momentum. Direct snap. There's the handoff to Languish, and he still bowls his way across the 30. He is strong to the 32. Gain of close to 6 or 7 as Nico Guzman made the initial hit off the snap that went to Bookman. We'll call that 2nd down, and we'll call it 4 to go.
It's going to take more than one Digger to tackle him, that's for sure, because he does. He keeps churning his legs, and he spins a little bit. He's hard to handle.
2nd down and 4 from the 32. Direct snap goes to Bookman. He takes off with the football, and he's ankle tackled for a 1st down at the 36-yard line. Gains 4 yards. Eddie Arribas, who's been in on a few plays, made the tackle. And right now, neither defense can stop the opposing offense. Right now, what's stopping either offense is themselves.
Right. You know, those turnovers really hurt. You got to admire Faith Christian. You'd think they'd be a little panicked right now, but they're coming back just running the same thing. Well, nothing fancy.
They got plenty of time. 4 minutes, 9 seconds to go. Second quarter. Brush 14. Faith Christian 7. 1st and 10 from the 36. They'll realign that offensive line. Direct snap goes to Bookman. Swings it to the outside across the 40. And he's tackled at the 41. I think that might have been Arribas again. But again, a positive gain of 5 yards. 2nd down and 5 to go for the Eagles.
Yeah, you look at Bookman's carries today. He had one for 1 yard, then 19, 7, 2, 9, 5, 5. So some big carries every time.
Yeah, their only enemy could be the clock if they only eat up small chunks of yardage. Faith Christian, no signs of throwing the football. 2nd down and 5 from their own 41-yard line. Awaiting the direct snap. That goes to Bookman across the right side. Breaks a tackle to 45. Into Bee Digger territory across the 45. A brush to the 44. It's a gain of 15 yards and a 1st down for Faith Christian. Brush has got to make that initial hit.
Yeah, Bookman got up slow, though. He felt that one, and his own teammate had to come over and help him out. You know, they came out again, though. They shifted everybody over here to the left side, so we adjusted to the strength, and then they ran it back to the weak side again.
Just shy of the 43 of Brush. 1st and 10 for Faith Christian. Direct snap to Languish. Spins, runs off left tackle inside the 40. Then he's ankle tackled at the 38-yard line. I think making the play there was Chase Klein. But again, that's a gain of 5 yards. 2nd down and 5 to go for Faith. 2:45 to go. Second quarter, Brush 14, Faith Christian 7, but the Eagles are looking to tie it before the break. Looking at those left wristbands. On 2nd and 5, again, from this shotgun-like formation. And nothing under center for Faith Christian. Direct snap goes to Languish, swings it to the left side, cuts it back, and he's got a yard, and that's about it to the 37. That's because Kyle Rosenbrock read that play perfectly. Oh, this is rare, but Faith Christian's actually facing a 3rd down, and it's not a 3rd and 10, but it is a 3rd and 4. And now the clock is working against them because they're going to need a big play here. They're inside. 2 minutes to go, down by 7 at the Brush 37-yard line. The clock will stop if they get a 1st down or go out of bounds. 3rd down and 4. Direct snap, Languish. He's got blockers out in front. looking for something to the 35, first down to the 30. He's still on his feet, tackled from behind at the 20 by Eddie Arribas. He might have actually gotten the 19, a gain of 18. And a first down as Faith Christian is now in the red zone.
69 yards for him on 10 carries, and that's what they did. The ball was on the left hash, and they had all those blockers over on the right side. They just stretched us out, and they did a good job of sealing our linebackers off.
First down and 10 from the Bee Digger 19-yard line with 1:35 to go, and that's a smart timeout called by the Bee Diggers. And Greg Mullen of State Farm Insurance. Let the State Farm Insurance office of Greg Mullen and Brush help you find the best policy to fit your life. Home, auto, life, and health. State Farm Insurance is there for you and your family. Give Greg Mullen a call, 842-4555. I can imagine that Bee Digger defense has gotten tired over the last several plays, and that timeout comes at a good time.
Yeah, I'm just a believer in that. It's like volleyball, right? When the team's serving the ball really well, it's kind of nice to rotate a player in there and kind of disrupt the rhythm.
Well, more than likely, you might not have those timeouts to use on offense. So it'll be first down and 10 for Faith Christian at the Bee Digger 19-yard line. Daniel Languish with a 3-yard run to open the scoring for Faith Christian. Kyle Rosenbrock and Randy Baker score from 35 and 1 yards respectively for Brush. And now the Eagles are looking to counter.
After the timeout, first and 10 for the Eagles from the Bee Digger 19.
This drive started at their own 26-yard line. First and 10. Direct snap. Languish off right tackle. He runs into a blocker. First down inside the 10 to the 5. A gain of 14. Bee Diggers just cannot stop this team. It's a gain of 14 as the tackle was made by Eddie Arribas.
83 yards now for Languish on 11 carries. And just like he said, it's not like he ran in between two blockers. It was a small seam, but they almost bumped hips and shoulder pads, but he just squoze through there. Faith's doing a really good job with their blocking. Once they make a hit on our linebackers and on our defensive ends, it's not like a bump or a chicken block. They hold on and they stay there.
First and goal from the 5. Will Bookman or Languish get it? It'll be Languish. Running towards the left, cutting it back to the middle. Touchdown for Languish from 5 yards out. Easy pickings for Daniel Languish, his second touchdown of the game. And Faith Christian is to within 1. It's 14-13.
Yep, they're not attacking us up the middle anymore. They were doing that for a while, but now they're just starting to run, right and then run left, and they're stretching us from sideline to sideline. And they found out that if they got to make our linebackers run out that far to make a tackle, they can pick us up and make the block and seal us off a little easier.
The extra point by Stephen Knorr is up, and that is good. 1:06 to go before the break. Brush 14, Faith Christian 14. These are the 2A state playoffs on 1010 KSIR, KSIR.com, and the NFHS network. 9 plays, 74-yard drive in 3 minutes and 51 seconds. Daniel Languish scores from 5 yards out, a second touchdown of the game. Faith Christian has tied Brush at 14 as Stephen Knorr to kick it off for the Eagles. He boots that one high and deep and into the end zone. Baker tried to field it at the 1, but to no avail. Bee Diggers do have 2 timeouts remaining. With 1:06 to go, they know that Faith Christian receives the second half kickoff. So the question is, what do you do in offense? Do you stay conservative or try to open this thing up?
Well, I'll tell you what, you got to be careful because you don't want to give them they got a good kicker. You can tell the guy can kick it all the way from the 40 to out the back of the end zone. So you don't want to make a mistake and give them the ball here with any time left because they could surely kick a field goal.
It might depend on what the Bee Diggers do on this first play. Trips to the right. Baker, Guzman, and Brown. One setback. That's Gutierrez on 1st and 10 for the 20. Back to throw is Rosenbrock. He'll take off with the football to his left, but he's got a yard, and that's it to the 21. Faith Christian does have the option of taking timeouts as well. 2nd down and 9. Bee Diggers will take their time getting to the line of scrimmage. They don't want to give Faith Christian the opportunity to get the ball before the break and perhaps take the lead. We're down to 37 seconds to go. Again, trips to the right. 2nd down and 9 for Brush at the 21. Rosenbrock back to throw, looking, setting up,
Throws it deep over the middle. Oh, that could be trouble. The pass is caught by Guzman inside the 40 to the 31. Oh, how did they make that play considering that Guzman was nearly triple teamed, but it was a perfect throw. And it's a gain of 49. 22.4 seconds to go. B-Diggers are either going to they might have taken a timeout quickly because they're going to restart that clock pretty soon. Now the clock is restarted. Got to get up there with 19 seconds to go. 1st and 10 from the 30. Rosenbrock again back to throw, looking, setting up no pressure at all. Now rolls to his right. Rosenbrock sets, throws deep to Brown. Brown's got it to 15 to the 10, and he's out of bounds at about the 3, maybe the 2. On that pass underneath, they'll give him the 3. It's a gain of 27. Dave, I am stunned what's happened here.
That's just some great pass blocking. I'll tell you what, Rosenbrock had all day, and then he did a good job of just zeroing in and throwing the perfect pass. Good job for Brown getting out of bounds.
No, actually, he was, or did he? I thought he got out of bounds. Yeah, but the B-Diggers took a timeout anyway, and they've got 1 remaining. See, you do have the option to run the football here. You have the option to run the football here. That timeout brought to you by Greg Mullen at State Farm Insurance, of running the football, and if you don't get in, you call a timeout immediately. If you decide to pass here, you got to do it quickly because if it's incomplete, you go into the locker room deadlocked at 14. So the play call right now is highly critical for Brush.
Yeah, what would you do? Maybe spread them out and just let Rosenbrock make the decision, you know?
But it's amazing. Rosenbrock, when he's passed, has had no pressure on him, maybe once, and that was about it. You go from a 49-yard pickup to Guzman, 27 yards to Jake Brown. With, again, looks like 1 timeout to go, the ball at the 3-yard line, and 6.2 seconds to go before the first half expires. This would be really a backbreaker for Faith Christian, but then again, they could go into the locker room with all the momentum if they keep Brush out of the end zone, knowing that the B-Diggers are only 3 yards away. This might be the turning point of the game, Dave, just like last week, turning point near the end of the first half against Florence. In motion to the left is Guzman. Rosenbrock hands it off to Baker, left side, cuts it back to the middle, and he's not in. They better call a timeout. And the B-Diggers do as he gets to the 2, I believe. Kevin Hawkins made the tackle. No, he didn't even get there. He's back to the line of scrimmage. No gain.
He just didn't quite have the strength to pull away from him. Those kids hit him high, but they had him wrapped up.
1.4 seconds to go. Final timeout brought to you by Greg Mullen at State Farm Insurance. Oh, this is the call of the game now. I didn't think that play call was something that was certainly against the B-Diggers. They've run that play many times, but I'm sure Faith Christian realized that Brush could run that play with the luxury of calling timeout.
I'm sure as soon as they saw we were in that double tight, they were thinking, let's send the linebackers this time. And typically their linebackers have been playing about 5 yards back.
Final play of the opening half unless there's a defensive penalty. 2nd and goal from the 3. Man in motion to the right is Guzman. Rosenbrock back to throw, looking, rolling to his left, still rolling. Throws off his back foot, incomplete. Intended for Nico Guzman in the back of the end zone, and that's the end of the first half with a score. Brush 14, Faith Christian 14. These are the 2A state playoffs on 1010 KSIR, KSIR.com, and the NFHS network. John Beltran, Dave Urich back from B-Digger Stadium in this 2A state semifinal. The 6th appearance for the B-Diggers since 2004 in the semis. And it would have been nice to say that the B-Diggers have control of this game, but there's no doubt, Dave, going into the second half, it really is anybody's game at this point.
Yep, it really does boil down to, the momentum, how the kids are feeling it, how they came out, if there's any nicks or bruises in the first half, and then just the adjustments that have been made. And both these teams like to run the football. They both like to control the clock, and so we'll see, who has the most confidence in their offense. We'll see who sticks with what they do, because I think the team that's gonna come out on top is gonna be the team that sticks with what they do best.
Well, there is no doubt And I'll say it, I think, for a third time here in the last 15 minutes, that the Bee Diggers have got to force Faith Christian to throw the football. Faith Christian, in the opening half, with their 3 drives, had a total of 21 plays. 21 running plays. And that's the reason this first half went by extremely quick. You run and run and run, and you just pound it at the opposing defense. Why pass the ball? There's really no reason to pass the ball, and they executed their game plan really almost to perfection, and so did the Bee Diggers, but both teams turned it over one time, and that's why we're deadlocked at 14.
I was really excited to see us come out and throw the ball as well as we did. You know, that's got to give us some confidence to know that if we are in a position like we were in the first half where it was, you know, 3rd and short and then we turned it into 3rd and long because of a penalty, you know, we know that we can throw the ball against this team, and that's got to give us added confidence to know that we have a few more tools in our toolbox that are going to work against this defense.
Faith Christian has not played this close of a game since September when they lost to Ken Denver. I believe that was a 28-23 score. They didn't have really any close games. The Bee Diggers had one as well, week 2, in which they defeated Fort Morgan, rallying to win that game 22-14. So close games have not really been something that both of these teams have seen throughout the course of the season. As we mentioned, the Bee Diggers 10-0 going into this game, and Faith Christian at 9-2. Their other loss was a 41-16 setback. The Holy Family Tigers, who used to be a 2A team, now are in Class 3A. They made the playoffs this year, but they were bounced in the opening round as a 4 seed. I believe they lost to the 13 seed Delta last week. The team's about to make their way out into the field. They're on the sidelines. Faith Christian held a 7-0 lead. Then the Bee Diggers scored 2 unanswered touchdowns before the Eagles tied it at 14. You want your vehicle and farm equipment to be in top shape, so make sure you take care of them. Purchase the best quality parts and accessories at great prices at your local Napa store, Central Auto Parts in Fort Morgan. And visit MCC online. That's Morgan Community College at morgancc.edu. Or stop by the campus for a personal advising session that will get you on the right track and find out what options are available to help you. Imagine your possibilities, believe in yourself, and achieve your goal with Morgan Community College. Faith Christian will receive the second half kickoff. Yeah, you look at Faith Christian special teams, and you got to feel good if you're them, because they've got a great kicker. Bee Diggers are not going to start beyond the 20-yard line. But as for Faith, if the Bee Diggers don't make the tackles they need to make, then they can get good field position to start the third quarter.
Yeah, all year we've been giving teams the ball pretty much on the 35-yard line, and hopefully Omar will be able to get a good kick here, because last time they just about broke one loose on us. They were able to pick up maybe a few more yards than what they should have, but it was because of just a couple of missed tackles down there, and we've had that happen to us this year.
Omar Fierro to kick it off, and this one's a squibber into the ground, and the ball is fielded at the 45. Well, that is not good. I don't know if that was intentional, but he really didn't kick that ball well. And Randy Dreitz is beside himself. It was pounced on by Jake Sanders. And only 55 yards to go now for Faith Christian to score again. It looked like he kicked the right side of the ball. It went from right to left, and that was it. It didn't even bounce like an onside kick. It just rolled.
Yeah, I don't think it was an intentional. I think he definitely meant to squib it, but I don't think that was intentional at all. But, you know, I know we're down there. We have our heads hung a little bit right now, but we got to make sure we realize that's not the end of it.
To Languish. Languish is hit at the line of scrimmage, but then he stumbles his way across the 45 to the 49, a gain of about 4. Second down, and we'll call it 6.
Faith back out there again, you know, looking at their wristbands to see what the play is going to be and lining up all those blockers over here on the right side.
Second down and a short 6, just past the 49-yard line, awaiting the direct snap as they realign the offensive line. And we have illegal participation. Is that what was called there? And that is it's offside against Brush. I saw a signal on the far sideline That didn't indicate offside, but the Bead Diggers lined up offside. So now it's third down and check that, second down and less than a yard.
Well, Faith's going to try their passing game out. This is a great time to do it.
That ball just shy of the 45-yard line. Not a good start to the second half for the Bead Diggers in this 2A state semifinal. Direct snap, Languish hands it off to Buckman. He wants to throw to his left. The pass is incomplete. And you're right on there, Dave. Intended for Brandon Thompson, well defended by Eddie Arribas. But it's third down and about a foot to go.
You know, that kid's about 6'3". He definitely had the height advantage on us, but they threw the ball out there just too wide for him to be able to make a play. And luckily the ball wasn't catchable because they did run into each other.
Third down and half a yard. And now what do we have here?
Randy Baker over here on this side, he actually jumped when they were shifting. He jumped across the line of scrimmage.
Well, the Bead Diggers now commit their second offside penalty, and they're losing some discipline here.
Yeah, coming out a little bit of sleep on this one.
First and 10 for Faith Christian at the Bead Digger 40-yard line. Well, this is getting critical for Brush, even though we're in the early moments of the third quarter, because they've committed two penalties where Faith Christian absolutely did nothing. On first and 10 from the 40. Direct snap to Languish. Swings it back up the middle. Inside the 40. Tackled at the 38 by Alec Peterson. I give him the 37. A gain of 3. Second down and 7 to go for Faith Christian.
Yeah, he darted that up kind of off tackle. But it's technically not off tackle because the way they have their blockers lined up, they had their tackle and then they had two slot backs and then they actually had their tight end lined up out a little bit wider on that play.
It is a no-huddle offense as they implemented in the opening half, but they do take some time between plays. Direct snap to Buckman, spins, runs it up the middle to the 35. Then he's held up by Rosenbrock and taken down inside the 35. Looks like the 34. They might give him a generous spot to the 33. I don't know why. Football will be marked at the 34, a gain of 3, third down and 4 to go.
That was a textbook tackle by Rosenbrock. He hit him with his left shoulder, his head was in front, and then he drove his feet and actually kind of picked him up and planted him in the ground.
Approaching the 10-minute mark of the third quarter in this 2A state semifinal. Brush 14, Faith Christian 14. Third down and a short 4 to go for Faith Christian at the Brush 34-yard line. Let's see where the direct snap goes off this shotgun-like formation. Now do we have a timeout? Timeout called by Faith Christian. That could come back to get them later in the game. They take a timeout 2 minutes and 9 seconds into the second half. Well, they faced a lot. When they faced a third down, it's been 3rd and 1, 3rd and 2, 3rd and 4 is one of the longer third downs they've faced. I don't think there's any doubt that this is 4-down territory for the Eagles, even though we're in the opening 2+ minutes of the third quarter.
This just goes to show how important, the coaches feel, every possession is. They want to make sure they don't waste a single play.
Third down and a short 4 to go. Just inside the Bead Digger 34. Can the Bead Diggers come up with a big defensive play? On third down, direct snap, Languish, off left tackle. He runs into Bead Diggers at the 32, continues to drive towards the 31. He's just carrying the pile. That's going to be a first down to the 30. That was all power as he picks up 4 yards. And it's a first down. I think Coach Dreitz might have wanted that forward momentum stopped by the officials. Because actually, he was held up for a while, but it's a gain of 4. That's power football at its best for Faith Christian.
I got to agree with our coaches on that because I remember not too long ago, Rosenbrock was driving his feet. He was about ready to bust it for a long touchdown, and they blew the whistle.
Yeah, you're right about that, but it didn't work for the Bead Diggers here either. First and 10 for the Eagles at the Bead Digger 30-yard line. A fresh set of downs for Faith Christian. Direct snap goes to Buckman, swinging it wide to the right, and he's hit in the backfield by Randy Baker at the 35-yard line. It's a loss of 5. And Brush comes up with a huge defensive play. Baker is not going to get up right now, though. He's hurt. He is hurt at the 35-yard line. Yeah, he hit him extremely hard, and he took him down. And that's one player you cannot afford to lose even temporarily, which is Randy Baker. As Faith Christian will face a 2nd and 15 at the Beet Digger 35-yard line. Now the question is, Dave, at least temporarily, who do you replace Baker with? Here comes Jake Brown onto the field. Yeah, I don't know exactly where he's hurt, but he's getting up. Might have gotten his bell rung or just taken one of the chops while he brought down the ball carrier, Buckman.
He tackled him from behind. He might have caught a heel right in the belly or something like that.
Yep, I think
it wasn't
you're right.
like it was head-on contact. He was dragging down from behind.
Yeah, he was favoring his midsection there. 2nd down and 15 for Faith Christian at the Beet Digger 35-yard line. Brush 14, Faith Christian 14. Approaching the 9-minute mark of the third quarter. This is the opening drive of the second half. Direct snap. Languish runs right up the middle to the 30-yard line. And then he's held up right there. Might have not even gotten there. Oscar Soto made the play. It's a gain of 5. 3rd and 10. And Baker took a one-play break. He's back in the game. They've got to make sure that they have only 11 on the field to run out. Well, this is what you wanted all along. Set him up on a 3rd and long. We have an equipment issue there with Mikey Gutierrez. Is he going to stay in the game? Yep, he'll stay in the game. 3rd and 10 from the Beet Digger 30. This could turn the game around for Brush in their favor. Back to throw is Bookman. Sets up a screen to the left. The pass is caught underneath at the 25-yard line. Peterson, as the tackle was made at the 22. The catch was made by T.J. Haas. It's a gain of 8, 4th down, and 2 to go for Faith Christian. Because they picked up so much yardage, they will go for it here. They could kick a field goal. Stephen Norris certainly has a strong leg. But they're going to go for it on 4th and 2 from the Beet Digger 22-yard line.
That surprises me. I thought for sure they'd kick the field goal here.
On 4th down and 2 yards to go from the 22. Looking over towards that left sideline. Taking their time. 2 on the play clock. They got to get it off before a delay of game. They do get it off to Languish up the middle, and he's hit at the 20-yard line. Very close to a first down. The Beet Diggers think they've stopped them. Dave, if they get the first down, this will be by the nose of the football. It is very, very close. And they're going to say that the Beet Diggers have stopped them. No measurement. A gain of 2 up the middle for Languish, but the nose of the football did not reach the 20. Beet Digger football, that could turn this second half around.
Yeah, it was a huge momentum swing there. He shot in there like a dart, and they ran right over there, right where we had some defensive linemen. I'm shocked that they didn't run over to the right side. The Diggers did a good job up there on that line of scrimmage between Carwin and Rodriguez. Those guys up there did a good job of making sure they didn't give up any ground, and our linebackers flew up there and provided some support.
Well, now you got to control the football and hold on to it. 1st and 10 for Brush at their own 20-yard line. Rosenbrock is going to keep the football, running left, gets a block to the 25, up the sideline to the 30, cuts it back to the 40. Rosenbrock is tackled from behind at the 44-yard line. It's a gain of 24 and a first down as Connor McCain made the play for Faith Christian.
That's exactly what you want to do there, too. Give the ball to the workhorse, and he took care of it right there. 77 yards now on 5 carries, and, after that big stop, and then to come out and punch him in the mouth with 24 more yards is really some good medicine for Faith.
1st and 10 for the Beet Diggers at their own 44-yard line. Yeah, they got out of a hole there starting at their 20. Let's see if this is a conventional run. Handoff to Mikey Gutierrez off left tackle as he runs across the 45 to the 47. McCain makes the tackle. It's a gain of 3, 2nd down, and 7 to go for Brush. 6:52 to go, third quarter. Brush 14, Faith Christian 14 in this 2A state semifinal.
Oscar Soto put Connor McCain on his back on that play. That's the guy we were running behind.
Yeah, you can't afford any negative plays right now. Faith Christian had that one negative play. It set him up on a 4th down, and the Beet Diggers stopped them. 2nd down and 7 for the 47. Peterson in motion to the right. Handoff left side. The ball is bobbled, and Faith Christian has got it at the 48 of Brush. It was lost by Gutierrez, I believe, and Faith Christian has the ball. We have a flag down. And that's going to be picked up. The Eagles have the football after the Beet Digger fumble. The second turnover of the game by the Beet Diggers. And Faith Christian is 48 yards away now from reclaiming the lead.
All three of the fumbles took place within about 10 yards of the same spot on the field.
Well, the Beet Diggers are losing the turnover battle now. They've got to win the defensive battle at this point. This is very uncharacteristic of Brush.
We just rotated Carwin in there to give Rodriguez a spell, and right now we have to count our blessings that, we developed those players earlier in the season and give our defensive line a lot of breathers.
1st and 10 for Faith Christian at the Brush 48-yard line. Direct snap goes to Languish, sweeping it to the left, cutting it back to the middle, and then he's upended after a gain of 1 to the 47. Baker had some penetration there. And Eddie Arribas made the play, 2nd down and 9 to go. For all your farm and ranch supplies, including Purina feeds and everything, Mr. D's Ace Farm and Home Center. Stop by any of the Ace stores in Fort Morgan, Sterling, and 122 Custer Street in Brush. 2nd down and 9 for Faith Christian at the Brush 47-yard line. Deadlocked at 14 with 5:51 to go in the third. Direct snap goes to Languish. Stutter steps up the middle to the 45-yard line. Then he powers his way to the 44. Mikey Gutierrez held him up, but it's only a gain of about 3. Arnoldo Matos Garcia also in on the tackle. 3rd down and 6, so they haven't been in these situations often. They weren't in these situations in the first half, but now twice in the second half with a 3rd and fairly long.
Languish has got 110 yards now on 19 carries. Last 3 carries only average 1 yard apiece.
3rd down and 6, and there is a pitch on the left side to TJ Haas. He's got a 1st down up the left sideline, and Nico Guzman's got him out of bounds, and there's a late flag at the 28-yard line. Maybe the 27, as the original line of scrimmage was the 44. Now let's see what the penalty's all about. It was thrown on the backside of the play. Would be a gain of close to 16. I'll tell you, if this is against Faith, they would still, oh no, I think it's against the Beet Diggers. It's a gain of 16 either way to TJ Haas.
They kind of lulled us to sleep. We got so used to watching Languish and Bookman.
This will be a block in the back. No, it's against Faith. And a dead ball foul, personal foul against the Beet Diggers. So either way, Faith Christian's going to benefit from this. They'll pick up some yardage here. Not too much, but they'll pick up some. Because that block in the back was downfield. That should put them at the 26-yard line of Brush. Ugh.
Yep, now they get 15 the other way.
Yeah, they accumulate 5 yards in penalty yardage. Accidents or illness can strike at any time, day or night. When they do, every second counts. As a Level 3 trauma center, Colorado Plains Medical Center can handle any kind of emergency. Colorado Plains Medical Center, where expertise matters. 1st and 10 for Faith Christian at the Brush 26-yard line. Deadlocked at 14, 5:10 to go in the third quarter. On Brush's only possession, they fumbled the ball away. 2nd time in the game they fumbled it on their opening possession of a half. Direct snap, Languish, spins, runs up the middle. He's inside the 20, breaks a tackle. 1st down inside the 15 to about the 11. And the ball is fumbled at the end. And I think the Beet Diggers have it. They do. At the very end, bowling for extra yardage, Languish fumbled. And Brush recovers after a gain of 15. The Beet Diggers have it at the 11.
Big break. Languish was getting to 125 yards on 20 carries, and obviously the Diggers are in there ripping and tearing the football out of there.
I don't know if that was Eddie Arribas who recovered the fumble. It was right at the end of the play. Arribas getting all the high fives on the sideline. Dave, amazing. I thought for sure that, and I'm sure you did as well, that this was disaster for Brush as they were into that red zone off that play. But now both teams have turned it over once in each half. However, the Beet Diggers are in a major hole here. 1st and 10 from their own 11 with 5:03 to go, third quarter, deadlocked at 14. In motion to the left is Nico Guzman. Rosenbrock on the pitch left to Gutierrez. Looks for a block. Has it to the 15. Has the sideline to the 20. And he's across the 25 to the 27-yard line. The tackle for Faith Christian was made by Jake Sanders And if he doesn't make the play, that's an 89-yard touchdown for Gutierrez. It's a pickup of 16.
Just a great run there by Gutierrez, but it was set up because of a great block of Seawald. Our left tackle pulled out there and made the lead block on that corner.
1st and 10 for the Beet Diggers at their own 27-yard line. They're still not completely out of this hole, but a lot more breathing room after that gain by Mikey Gutierrez. Rosenbrock rolling to his right, looking to throw, still rolling. And he's running out of room, throws along the sideline, pass is incomplete. And there's a late flag thrown at the end of the play at the 35-yard line.
Yeah, but their big number 77 was 10 yards down the field, and I think they had too many receivers out there.
Well, they're going to drive the Beet Diggers in. They're going to take that penalty, I'm sure, drive the Beet Diggers back. That will be an eligible man downfield.
Yep, one of our guys was running down there already, and number 77 was following him over there. I wish he would have grabbed a hold of our guy and tackled him.
Well, let's face it, this second half, this third quarter, the first 7 minutes and 29 seconds have been very sloppy. They declined the penalty, which quite frankly surprises me.
Well, that goes to show their confidence in their defense. You know, they're trying to get the downs off the field, and they want us to punt the football.
Well, neither team has punted yet. 2nd down and 10 for Brush at their own 27-yard line. Well, it'll be 4-down territory. The Beet Diggers face a 4th and 1 or 2. They have gone for it many times in those situations. Rosenbrock on the bootleg right, swings it to the outside, not much room. Now is a block to the 30, stutter steps, and is down at the 31, maybe the 32. As the tackle was made by Connor McCain. Pickup of either 4 or 5. They'll spot the football momentarily. It'll be a gain of 4. 3rd down and 6 just past the 31-yard line.
So 81 yards now for Rosenbrock. 6 carries. That bootleg didn't fool him so much, but part of the reason was because we ran it over there to the short side of the field. He didn't have a lot of room to stretch it out.
Beet Diggers take their first time out of the second half, brought to you by Greg Mullen at State Farm Insurance, Home Auto, Life and Health. Give Greg Mullen a call, 842-4555. Both teams have taken a timeout in the third quarter, and it tells you that every play is so precious in a 14-14 game with 3:55 to go. Again, third quarter from Beet Digger Stadium in this 2A state semifinal. And quite frankly, a critical play call right now on 3rd and 6.
Oh, it's gigantic. You know, this isn't the team that we can go for it on. This is not 4-down territory, even though a lot of times we like to go for it on 4th down, even if we're on our own side of the 50. This is huge right here.
Yeah, like I said earlier, if it was 4th and 1, maybe 4th and 2, they might go for it, even though that would be playing against the percentages. But we know in this game that other than the Beet Diggers stopping Faith Christian at a 4th and 2, Faith Christian has stopped themselves with 2 fumbles. Brush has stopped themselves with 2 fumbles.
Well, plays we like to run a lot, passing plays, like that dump over the middle, you know, to our tight end or to our slot. Faith's playing with 2 free safeties there. It's going to be tough to run that kind of a play unless we can find a seam in between those 2 guys. But Rosenbrock does a really good job of throwing that out play, you know, where they just run about 5 yards down and out. And Jake Brown's over here on this hash right in front of us, and maybe that's what we're going to try to do.
3rd down and 6 from the 31. In motion to the left is Kalen Brandt. Rosenbrock on the pitch left to Gutierrez. Takes it to the outside of the 35. First down to the 40. Stiff arms a defender to the 45. Mikey Gutierrez with a gain of 14 for the Beet Diggers.
That takes him to 77 yards now. And, boy, they just did a good job of stretching that thing out. You know, we already had Jake Brown over here who did a good job stock blocking his corner. We brought Kalen Brandt, Frenchie, over here to this side, and he did a good job of picking up that linebacker when he tried to fly over here. And then our tackle over here, Seawald, he flew out here and picked up a linebacker. So just some good blocking.
Got to watch out. This has been turnover territory. Only 1 turnover has been in the red zone. 1st and 10 for Brush at their own 45-yard line. Receiver split left and right. Rosenbrock hands it off left side to Baker, spins, and he's down after a gain of half a yard. Way too much penetration there for Faith Christian. Initial hit over there was made by Connor Karras, a 6', 186-pound senior linebacker, no gain. 2nd down and 10 to go for the Bee Diggers.
In Faith, they had 5 defensive linemen up there. They had our center covered with their nose guard, and Randy tried to run over here in between Seawald and Soto, and boy, they just got their defensive end, number 82. He just flew over there, that Harkness kid, and that forced our guy to have to pick up that block and left the linebacker wide open to get Baker.
On 2nd down and 10 from their own 45-yard line. Again, receivers split left and right. Rosenbrock, play action, looking to throw. Throws it deep up the right side. Brown is out there. It's almost intercepted at the 30. Well underthrown, and Elijah Durrett thought he should have had a pick. Wide open, meanwhile, looked like was Nico Guzman up the left side. But Rosenbrock missed him. It's 3rd and 10.
Yeah, Guzman was wide open over here on this side, but Rosenbrock was looking right the whole time, and I don't know if the ball slipped out of his hands or what, but it just came up way short. And we are really lucky that Durrell didn't go ahead and come down, or Durrett didn't come down with the football.
Amazing. These two teams, so disciplined, have committed 2 turnovers apiece. Now it's 3rd and 10 for the Bee Diggers. 2:36 to go, 3rd quarter. Brush 14. Faith Christian 14. In motion to the right is Kalen Brandt. Rosenbrock on the pitch right to Gutierrez. To the outside, and he's going to get a yard, and that's it. At the 46-yard line. It read it perfectly as Gunnar Caldwell made the play. It's 4th down and 9. The Bee Diggers will have to punt.
Well, the last 2 times Gutierrez had the ball were quick pitches. One for 16, one for 14, and we fooled them twice, but they didn't let that happen again.
First punt of the game by either team. Back to receive is Nick Cortez for Faith Christian. On what is 4th and 9 from the 46-yard line. This will be a critical punt here for Brush. They can pin him at about the 20 or better. Perfect snap. Gets it off a high, short punt, though. It'll bounce at the 33, take a huge Bee Digger roll inside the 30, and it's down at the 26.
We got lucky again on that one because the ball had the wrong spin on it. You know, it wasn't a forward spin, it was a backward spin. So that's why it didn't roll even further down the field. But I think it must have hit that soft spot right in the middle of that tall crown.
The official mark will be just past the 25-yard line with 1:38 to go in the 3rd quarter. Brush and Faith Christian are tied at 14 in this 2A state semifinal.
Remember, Languish has got 125 yards on 20 carries, so he's the guy we got to stop.
Again, looking for that shotgun formation. Direct snap goes to Languish, sweeps it to the left, looking for a block, and he's going to be ankle tackled in the backfield, and a flag is down. And it looks like that could be a flag against Faith Christian and TJ Haas. I think he tried to chop block one of the Bee Diggers. Let's see if that's the call. I saw what appeared to be a chop block. And that's exactly what it is. That's going to, against Brush. That's against Brush. It would have been a 2-yard loss to the 23. Wow.
I saw one of our linebackers fly up in there, and he took on a block, but he didn't take it on upstairs. He dove in at the kid's legs, and I guess that might have been what they called it on.
That's a penalty that'll take it to the 33. That's still going to be a 1st down and first and 2 now? Oh boy, that doesn't bode well for Brush. 1st and 2 from the 33. Direct snap, Languish off left tackle, 1st down to the 40-yard line, across the 40 to the 45, and Rosenbrock makes the tackle to 46, a gain of 13 for Languish and Faith Christian.
So now 136 yards for Languish. The kids just got to settle down. You know, that's the whole thing. When you're in stressful times, you got to stay calm and keep your focus.
The ball's just past the 45. 1st and 10 for Faith Christian. Direct snap to Buckman, running right up the gut. He dives to the 49, a gain of 3. Kalen Brandt and Kyle Rosenbrock in on the play. It's a gain. Well, we'll call it 4. 2nd down and 6.
That time I saw Randy Baker blitz over here from the left side, outside linebacker position, and he tried to chase it down from behind.
Well, the defense now trying to bail out the offense a little bit. 2nd down and 6. With a football at the 49-yard line. Faith Christian's on their own side of the field. 35 seconds to go, third quarter. Direct snap, Languish, fakes, runs up the middle. First down, across the 50, Bulls to the 40. And it's a gain of 11. Mikey Gutierrez makes the tackle for Brush.
147 for Languish now, and nothing fancy. Like you said, just running in between the guards. Really just pounding it right at us.
They've attempted 2 passes in the game. One was a little shovel pass that went for a first down. Faith Christian is playing their game right now, but it is still tied in the waning moments of the third quarter. 1st and 10 from the B. Digger 40-yard line. Direct snap to Buckman. Handoff on the left side and inside the 40 to the 36-yard line. The ball carrier that time was Jonas Spitzer. He gains 3 yards. 2nd down and 7 to go. That's the final play of the third quarter. Brush 14, Faith Christian 14. These are the 2A state playoffs on 1010 KSIR, KSIR.com, and the NFHS network. John Beltran, Dave Urich back from B. Digger Stadium as we head to the fourth quarter in this 2A state semifinal. Brush 14, Faith Christian 14. Faith Christian with the football. 2nd down and 7 from the B. Digger 36 out of a shotgun. Direct snap to Languish. Off right tackle. Runs right into a B. Digger across the 35 to the 33. Kyle Rosenbrock took a pounding there off Languish, lowered his shoulder. Gain of 3. It'll be 3rd down and a short 4.
So they came out and ran twins on the right side and had a wide receiver over here on the left. They tried to spread us out and make us think they weren't going to run the ball up the middle.
3rd down and 4 from the B. Digger 33-yard line. Again, critical for the B. Diggers defensively. Awaiting the direct snap. There was some movement. Buckman with a football. He's got it across right tackle, first down. Inside the 30. And there's a late fumble at the end of the play, but they're going to say it was down. At the 25, it's a gain of 8 for Adam Bookman. As the drive continues for Faith Christian.
They ran that play like they used to run their double wing, where they bring their slot on the left side around the back of the halfback, and then they make it look like they're going to pitch it out there. So we were all looking for the sweep out there, but instead they handed it off to their halfback, who ran it right up the middle.
1st and 10 for the Eagles at the B. Digger 25-yard line in the opening 50 seconds of the fourth quarter. With a game, and the B. Diggers jumped again. I don't know. Oh boy, that's just losing focus. On the right side, they jumped again. Now it's 1st and 5 at the 20. That was a clear offsides against Brush. The ball's not moving. Players are moving, which is legal.
It'd be different if that's the first time they did it all game, but, we've been called on that 3 or 4 times, just jumping right there.
In this half. 1st and 5 for Faith Christian at the Brush 20-yard line. They're looking for the lead. Faith Christian led briefly 7-0. Direct snap to Languish, stutter steps to the 15-yard line, and he's got a first down to the 14, a gain of 6. Rosenbrock in on the play, making the B. Digger tackle.
Again, they made it look like they were going to run that sweep really wide, but Languish has the vision to be able to look and see where the seam is there, and he cuts back and takes advantage of it. The guy's built like a tree trunk. His hips look wider than his shoulder pads.
1st and 10 from the 14. A Brush. Direct snap to Bookman. He runs off right tackle, and he's got a yard, maybe 2, as he's driven back at about the 12-yard line. The B. Diggers there to meet him at the point of attack. Eddie Arribas and others. And Kalen Brandt. 2nd down and 8 to go for the Eagles.
Yeah, Bookman's got 76 yards on 13 carries, which is still a great game.
And 5 defensive quarters. In the postseason, the B. Diggers have not allowed a single point. Trying to extend that run. 2nd down and 8 to go for Faith Christian at the Brush 12-yard line. 9:53 to go in the game. Who will get the direct snap? Either Bookman or Languish. It'll be to Bookman, right up the gut. And he's held up, and then he spins out of a tackle, and he drives inside the 10 to the 6, maybe the 5. Again, missing plays. That's a gain of 7, 3rd and 1.
Yep, we had him right there at the line of scrimmage, but he was able to jerk his ankle out of there. And the last 3 or 4 yards was him just diving forward, knowing the line that he needed to get to, and he's about a yard off the ground.
Okay, we go back to that right before the break. Bee Diggers at the 3-yard line with 6.4 seconds to go. They don't score. And now Faith Christian, 3rd and 1 from the 4. To Languish, right side, cuts it back, 1st down, and Languish is at the 1. Gain of 4, 1st and goal for the Eagles.
Yeah, they do a good job of running that power over there and keeping you off balance with all that motion, using their, adjusting to the power. But, you're right. It sure would have been a lot easier on us, and the momentum wouldn't be in their favor if we weren't so worried about not scoring that touchdown right before the half.
You wonder if they get to the 1 here like they are. They don't line up under center, but don't think they're going to do that. 1st and goal from the 1. Direct snap. Goes to Bookman off right tackle, and he is in for the touchdown. He is in from a yard out, and Faith Christian with 8:44 to go leads the game 20-14.
Yeah, nothing fancy there. They had all those blockers over on the right side. Bookman gets the ball, and I don't know if he knows where the hole is he's supposed to run to. I think they just have their choice of looking to see where that seam is, and he chose the right one.
The extra point to be attempted by Stefan Knorr, who looks automatic. There's the snap, and the kick is perfect. We have 8:44 to go in the game. Faith Christian 21, Brush 14. These are the 2A state playoffs on 1010 KSIR, KSIR.com, and the NFHS network. John Beltran, Dave Uhrig. Back for Bee Digger Stadium. Faith Christian now is in the lead by a score of 21-14. 1-yard run by Adam Buckman, an 11-play, 75-yard drive in 4 minutes and 54 seconds. And with 8 minutes and 44 seconds to go, Brush will have to respond here. Stefan Knorr to kick it off for Faith Christian. And he boots that football well into the end zone. That looks like a college prospect out there.
He is a good kicker, that's for sure, because it's a high kick like we said before. Let's see what Brush does. We got to come out and regain some composure. We have a powerful offense that can march right down the field and score. And we've scored a lot of points within 8 minutes of a game. We've been ahead 21-0 after 8 minutes in a game. So, we have the offense to do it, but the kids are going to have to pull it together. There's a few kids out there, putting their hands in the air a little bit and walking off the field. And Faith's the team hustling off the field right now, so we have to gain our composure back.
1st and 10 from the 20-yard line. 3 receivers in the backfield. Rosenbrock hands it off up the middle. Baker spinning across the 20, but not much. To the 22, maybe the 23. Gunnar Caldwell made the hit. Randy Baker running as hard as he can. Gain of 3, 2nd down and 7 to go for the Bee Diggers.
So not a bad run there right off the bat for Baker. And the kids just got to pull together. The mark of a good team is you have adversity. That's when you get stronger and you get better.
Bee Diggers have 2 timeouts remaining, but plenty of time with 8 minutes and 10 seconds to go. Faith Christian leads 21-14. 2nd down and 7 from the 23. Rosenbrock on the handoff, and that is nothing there for Mikey Gutierrez. Nailed at the line of scrimmage. Connor McCain made the play. 3rd down and 7 to go.
Diggers trying to run right these last couple of plays.
Well, you talk about the Bee Diggers coming out strong defensively in the second half. Faith Christian even stronger. And time will work against Brush if they have to punt the ball away because Faith Christian knows how to eat up time.
Yeah, their offense is one of those that can do it.
3rd down and 7 to go for Brush at their own 23-yard line. Faith Christian in the lead by 7. In motion to the right is Alec Peterson. Rosenbrock on the bootleg right, looking for a block to the 25-yard line. He's held up and taken down. And he fumbled the ball, and Faith Christian's got it. at the 25-yard line. Rosenbrock fumbled the ball and is recovered over there by Faith Christian's Jake Sanders right at the end of the play. Third turnover by the Beet Diggers.
Yep, Faith's definitely got the momentum. You know, they've been playing, they were playing just about as sloppy a football as we did in the first half. We came out the second half a little bit flat, had some penalties that allowed them to march down the field. And really, they were winning the field position battle more than anything.
1st and 10 for Faith Christian at the Brush 25-yard line. 3 years ago, the Beet Diggers were in the same position, undefeated going into the state semis. They lost 21-19 to Bayfield. But now they're going to have to come up with a huge defensive play. They score here, and this game might be over. Direct snap to Buckman, who runs right up the middle. Dives to the 23, gains 2 yards. As Bookman was tackled by Oscar Soto. 2nd down and 8 yards to go. Dave, again, this all goes back to the end of the first half. You're 3 yards away with 6.4 seconds to go. You don't score. Faith Christian took the momentum into the locker room, and it's carried over to the second half. 2nd down and 8 from the Beet Digger 23. 6:40 to go in the game. Faith Christian 21. Brush 14, and the Eagles in no hurry to get off the next play. From the 23, direct snap to Languish. Stutter steps, runs to his right, hit by Kyle Rosenbrock at the 20. There's a face mask, maybe. I saw Languish go down. Hopefully that's not a face mask, and it's against Faith Christian instead. If you're a Beet Digger fan, as he picks up 3 yards in the play. The officials are discussing it right now. No call has been made as of yet. Personal foul, face mask, and I saw it from this distance. So it's a gain of 3 and then half the distance to the goal. It'll be at the 10-yard line, 1st and goal, just inside the 10 for Faith Christian.
Saw Faith, they were jumping up and down looking over at the clock. I think they were worried if the clock was running or not.
Just inside the 10. Faith Christian looking for the dagger here. Direct snap to Languish. There's a flag down. That'll be against the Eagles. And that'll be a legal procedure. But Dave, Brush has got to force a turnover. You got a great field goal kicker out there. Even if they don't score a touchdown, they go by 10. And put the Beet Diggers in a terrible field position, or terrible position, period.
Yeah, it'd be a two possession game, or two touchdown game. But I'll tell you what, Faith on that play, I don't know why they switched Languish and Bookman, and they traded them places like they were getting ready to throw the football, but it was a run play.
1st and goal from the 15 for Faith Christian. Up by 7. Direct snap to Buckman. He hands it off to Spitzer on the left side, and he's taken down in the backfield by Mikey Gutierrez for a loss of 1 to the 16.
Yeah, that's why they traded those guys back and forth last time. I think they had to decide, they had to get the guy in the right spot so that they could hand the ball off. We'll take that one.
Well, you can't even allow a field goal at this point because the clock right now is inside of 5.5 minutes to go in the game. The Beet Diggers are going to have to make 2 or 3 outstanding defensive plays and maybe force a field goal. They could come up with a turnover. That would be even better at this point. 2nd down and goal from the 16-yard line. Direct snap to Languish, spins, runs right up the middle inside the 15. And he's taken down at the 13. It's a gain of 3. Rosenbrock, Maltos Garcia, and Baker with a tackle. 3rd and goal. But they know they've got the kicker. That's the key here. They've got the kicker.
Yeah, they've definitely slowed the pace down of their offense now, too.
3rd and goal at the Beet Digger 13-yard line. The clock now reads 4 minutes and 39 seconds in this 2A state semifinal. Faith Christian leads Brush 21-14. Daniel Languish has scored twice. And there's a direct snap to Languish up the middle and inside the 10. Taken down at the 8. Rosenbrock made the play, a gain of 5. 4th and goal, and here comes Stefan Knorr, the Faith Christian kicker. This will be a chip shot for him.
Yeah, his PATs are usually landing on about the third lane of the track, so distance is no big deal for him.
This will be straight away from 25 yards for Stefan Knorr. Awaiting the snap. There was movement. The kick is up, and the kick is just inside the left upright. Just inside the upright. 3:53 to go in the game. Faith Christian 24, Brush 14 on 1010 KSIR, KSIR.com, and the NFL. Stefan Knorr with a 25-yard field goal as Faith Christian now leads 24-14. They started that on Brush's 25-yard line, taking advantage of a B-Digger turnover. They chewed up over 3 minutes. And that kickoff goes into the end zone. Can you imagine? You only gain 17 yards on the drive. You chew up 3 minutes and 19 seconds. Now the B-Diggers can't afford to chew up time. They'll need to score and then recover an onside kick, and they did that against Bayfield. They scored, recovered the onside kick, but then could not score again and lost that by 2 points.
We have the weapons to score quick. This game isn't over yet. Faith's got 5 defensive linemen up there. Looks like they might be thinking about trying to put a pass rush on, but they haven't been able to do that all game.
1st and 10 for the B-Diggers at their own 20-yard line. Down by 10. Rosenbrock, play action, looks to throw, sets up, deep up the right side. The pass going to be intercepted at the 43, maybe the 44-yard line, intended for Kalen Brandt. Intercepted by Jake Sanders. Brush has turned it over for a 4th time in the game. And the stands are beginning to clear.
Yep, that right there kind of hurt. You know, the Diggers are out there. We have a lot of guys, hands on our hips and heads are down a little bit, and Faith's going into their celebration mode.
And Brandt was well covered. That was pretty obvious.
Yeah, it just wasn't the place to throw the football to. But, you know, you don't know if that's predetermined or, you know, one of those things you always practice on that 86. You always throw the ball there all the time and, you know, don't check off to a different receiver.
1st and 10 for the Eagles at the B-Digger 45. Direct snap to Languish. Cuts it back to the inside after starting right. And he continues to bull his way. He's strong. Inside the 45 to the 41. It's a gain of 6. Check it. Gain of 4, 2nd down and 6. Tackle was made by Rosenbrock. They'll give him the 40. Gain of 5. B-Diggers have 2 timeouts. And with the way Faith Christian has moved the ball, they can just run out the clock. 2nd down and 5. The Eagles in no hurry out of that shotgun. And the B-Diggers moved. Faith Christian has been the more disciplined team. We know that. This might give them a 1st down.
Remember when we played Sterling, we were talking about how Sterling they just kept jumping off sides, and you just couldn't believe that they did that. And that's kind of the shoes that we're wearing right now.
1st down and 10 for Faith Christian at the Brush 35. The B-Diggers will fall to 0-5 against Faith Christian, I believe, in the postseason. 04, 06, 08, 09. To Languish, running off right tackle, runs into Rosenbrock, and then Rosenbrock drives him back as a B-Digger helmet goes flying. Down at the 32, it's a gain of 3. B-Diggers take a timeout, brought to you by Greg Mullen at State Farm Insurance. It'll be 2nd down and 7 to go. Brush had their opportunities. They stopped Faith, got the football, couldn't do anything with it, stopped Faith again on a fumble at the 11, had to punt it away.
That 3 and out down here was really painful.
All right, so that was not a timeout. They just stopped it momentarily when the helmet went flying. Clock continues to run. B-Digger still have 2 timeouts left. 2nd down and 7. For the B-Digger 32-yard line, they're just waiting for the play clock to run down. Brush now pretty much needs a miracle. Direct snap to Bookman, runs right up the middle inside the 30 to the 29. Rosenbrock makes another tackle. That time Randy Dreis takes a timeout. 3rd down and 4. Well, you got to stop them here. If not, the game will be definitely over. The game won't be able to be won at all by the Bee Diggers, down by 10 points with 2 minutes and 16 seconds to go and only one timeout.
Yeah, Faith only threw the ball twice. They only completed one of those, and that was just that screen play. They were going for the first down. They still came up short.
Timeout brought to you by Greg Mullen of State Farm Insurance. Willow Coffee, Tea, and Smoothies and G Sweets Bakery offers cookies, muffins, and sweetbreads made fresh daily. Pair with your favorite coffee, lattes, or smoothie flavors, and you're set. Open 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday through Friday, Saturday 7 until 4. Willow Coffee, Tea, and Smoothies, 921 Edison Street in Brush. 3rd down and 4 for Faith Christian at the Bee Digger 29-yard line. 2:16 to go in the game. Faith Christian 24, Brush 14. Eagles need one more first down to cement this. On the sweep to the right, Languish with a football. Has a block inside the 25. First down to the 23. It's a gain of 6. And you can chalk this one up for the Eagles.
Yeah, 182 yards now for Languish on it looks like about 33 carries. So they definitely put the ball in the hands of the guy they wanted to. He was the workhorse today.
The Bee Diggers can only stop the clock once more. And we are inside of 2 minutes to go.
Faith ran about 3 or 4 different plays is all. They didn't change it up much the whole day.
I forgot to mention the 98 state championship game won by Faith here 21-19. So 98, 04, 06, 08, 2009, and now 2013. Faith Christian and Brush in the playoffs, and Faith won all the previous matchups and are a minute 43 away. They just called a timeout for the 1st and 10 at the Bee Digger 23-yard line. Yeah, you get involved in close games, and you see how teams respond. And, Dave, I don't care if Brush played a much lesser team. You can't commit 4 turnovers. That's the bottom line.
Right. And, sometimes things are what they are, too, And you haven't had it. Brush is not a team that's committed turnovers like that all season. They're not a team that's had penalties like that all season. And, they happen today. And sometimes things just happen,
1st and 10 for Faith Christian at the Brush 23-yard line. Languish with a football running up the middle, and he drives to the 20, and then he's taken back. Rosenbrock makes the tackle, gain of 3. 2nd down and 7. This will be the 6th play of the possession for Faith Christian.
Again, Faith making it look like they're going to sweep, but then just running the ball straight ahead. And it really confuses the defense, like I said, just because you have to adjust for that strength side.
2nd down and 7 from the Bee Digger 20-yard line. Play clock at 5. Game clock at 56 seconds. Direct snap to Languish off right tackle inside the 15, close to a first down. At the 13, it's a gain of 7. Jose Rodriguez makes the tackle. Most of the crowd still here at Bee Digger Stadium.
Saw Coach Hubbard over there pointing to his knee. I think he let his guys know they're just going to down the football from here on out.
51.2 seconds to go. They will stop the clock to measure. Dave, the only game this season, and right now, where the Bee Diggers have been outplayed in the second half.
Yeah, they just got the momentum on us. They swung the momentum. I think you're right. I think it happened right after that score that we didn't make right before the half, and we just never got it back. We came out and committed some critical penalties. We had our chance when they fumbled to us, but we just couldn't put an offense together.
First down for Faith Christian at the Brush 13-yard line. Faith Christian has scored 17 unanswered points. The Bee Diggers led this game 14-7. The clock is rerunning with 35 seconds to go. They'll run a play or they'll take a knee, and that'll be it. as they are in victory formation. Direct snap. Buckman takes a knee at the 16-yard line, and that's it. The Faith Christian Eagles have advanced to the 2A state championship game, defeating the Brush Bee Diggers at Bee Digger Stadium 24-14. We'll come back with a recap on 1010 KSIR, KSIR.com, and the NFHS Network. Welcome to the Bee Digger Post Game Show, brought to you by Buildings by Design. Knowing who you can trust to do a good job is the tough part nowadays, but when you hire Buildings by Design, you can trust you'll get the building you want, when you want it, and at the quality you deserve. Start your build project right. Start with Buildings by Design. The Brush Bee Diggers have been eliminated in the 2A state semifinals, falling at home to the Faith Christian Eagles 24-14. John Beltran back with Dave Urig. Let's go through the scoring in this game after the Bee Diggers fumbled on their opening possession. Daniel Languish, who had a monster day on the ground, scored from 3 yards out, completing a 7-play, 48-yard drive in 2 minutes and 53 seconds. That made it 7-0. Back came the Bee Diggers, 11 plays, 80 yards in 5 minutes and 11 ticks. Rosenbrock scores from 35 yards out. The extra point was good. The game was tied at 7. After an Eagles fumble on their ensuing drive, midway through the second quarter, the Bee Diggers went on a monster drive in terms of time, 6 minutes and 36 seconds, only covered 55 yards. But Randy Baker, who ended up with 20 touchdowns this season, scored from a yard out, and it was 14-7. Faith Christian then would tie the game at 14 on a 5-yard run, that is by Languish. 9 plays, 74 yards in 3 minutes and 51 seconds, deadlocked at 14. And that was the halftime score. The Bee Diggers were 3 yards away from scoring before the end of the first half, but a run by Baker with 6.4 seconds to go earned no yards. Then with 1.4 seconds to go on the final play, the ball was thrown to the end zone to Nico Guzman, incomplete by Kyle Rosenbrock. And then there were turnovers to begin the second half. But Faith Christian was finally able to capitalize, as it was a 75-yard drive, 11 plays, and Adam Bookman scores from a yard out, 4-minute and 54-second drive, 21-14 was the score. Bee Diggers obviously would get the ball back. However, Kyle Rosenbrock fumbled the ball. Stephen Knorr, 6 plays later, would hit a 25-yard field goal. That completed a 6-play, 18-yard drive in 3 minutes and 19 seconds, 24-14. Jake Sanders then intercepted the next pass, and that was it as Faith Christian wins the game by 10 points. Dave, let's run through the individual numbers.
No, Faith Christian ended up with 315 yards offense. 307 of those were on the ground, so they doubled up. 153 in the first half and about 154 in the second. They ended up running behind Languish, who had 34 carries for 192 yards. Bookman had 18 carries for 86 yards. Haas had 1 for 16. Spitzer had a couple for 2 yards. They threw the ball twice. They completed one of those to Haas. That was that screen play in the first half for just 8 yards. So, just not a lot of fancy stuff on Faith Christian's part. They ran the same 3 or 4 plays the whole game, and we just couldn't quite stop them.
Well, the best type of football, you keep it predictable, and you still cannot stop them, and that's why Faith Christian won the game besides the turnovers. Let's go through Brush's numbers, Dave, which were pretty good in terms of total yardage, but we know with 4 turnovers you can't win a state semifinal.
Well, I'll tell you what, you got to give our defense credit. This is a team of Faith Christians that was putting up some huge numbers all year long. A lot of blowouts throughout the season. We held them to just 3 touchdowns and a field goal, so that's not too bad. But they ended up with 324 yards total offense. We ended up with 324 yards total offense, 87 yards in the air. We went 3 for 7. We had 1 interception. Peterson had 2 carries for 7 yards. Gutierrez had 16 carries for 79 yards, and then Baker had 14 carries for 69 yards. Rosenbrock was our leading rusher, 7 carries, 82 yards. Like I said, he had 87 in the air. He threw 2 passes to Jake Brown, 1 for 11 yards, 1 for 27 yards, and then he threw 1 to Guzman for 49 yards. But outside of that, it just didn't work for us today.
And Faith Christian has defeated Brush now for the 4th time in a semifinal since 2004, in 04, in 06, and then they beat the Bee Diggers in 09, and those games were all in Arvada. And today you figured, well, you've got the intangible playing the game at home, and the Bee Diggers did have that 14-7 lead. But this was really about Faith Christian's defense. When you hold that Brush offense scoreless over the final 2+ quarters, Dave, you deserve to win.
Exactly. And championships are won with great defense. And so you said it, Faith definitely brought it. But, I got to tell you, I think that, this was an upset. I don't think this was a Faith Christian team like we've seen in the past. They didn't have the size that they've had in the past. They didn't have the big, powerful running backs that they've had in the past. But what they did have is they had some great blocking and some really good team effort against us. And, they just kept us off guard with the offense that they ran when they were able to shift their power from one side of the field over to the other side and then run back to the weak side. And we just couldn't match up against that.
And as a result, the Beet Diggers, for the second time in 4 seasons, go undefeated. Actually, for the second time in 3 seasons, go undefeated during the regular season. And they fall short at home in a state semifinal 2 years ago, losing to Bayfield 21-19. And today losing to Faith Christian by a score of 24-14. This is, though, the beginning of what should be an incredible sports year for the Beet Diggers when you look at what they have, especially on the boys' side with football, basketball coming up, baseball, and wrestling, Dave. No surprise that the Beet Diggers got this far. In fact, many were anticipating that they would play one more Saturday.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, it wouldn't have been a surprise to have, all 4 of the teams you just mentioned, competing for that top spot. And we definitely competed for it here today, and the boys have nothing to hang their head about. We just caught the bad break, and you'd like to think that, championships are so easy to get. Sometimes you see teams that just win and win and win and win, and you think, wow, they just make it look easy. But the bottom line is you get into the top 4 teams and, we could start this game over right now and replay it, and it could be reversed. And that's what happens when the top teams or the top individuals go against each other. Anything can happen, and it depends on the breaks of the game.
Dave, always a pleasure. Unfortunately for the Beet Diggers, they fall short here today, losing to the Faith Christian Eagles by 10. The sound engineer and producer of Brush Beet Digger Football, doing a great job all season, has been Rose Condas, the replay engineer Alan Lance, and our coordinating producer Brandy Ingersoll. For Dave Urich, I'm John Beltran. The final score of this 2A state semifinal from Beet Digger Stadium in Brush: Faith Christian 24, Brush 14. Last score we had is that Platte Valley was leading Manitou Springs 13-7. You've been listening to Brush Beet Digger Football on 1010 KSIR, KSIR.com, and the NFHS Network.